Well, I've just got to get back on the saddle. You know, I've been throwing quite as much lately, but just got to kind of get my arm shape back.
We'll hold you to that.
Yeah. It shouldn't take me that many throws to hit the crossbar.
Can you take us through what happened with Deontay? Did you look at the play? Is it a non-contact injury? What happened?
Well, it was contact but non-contact. It was on a short yardage play that kind of took back out the back door, and I think it was a gain of about 32 or 34 yards, and he was near the sidelines, and nobody touched his leg. I mean, he's getting tackled, and it's a little twinge of about 4 inches. You can see on the film, and that was it. I mean, it's in a sad way, it's somewhat of a common injury, I guess, now in sports. And it doesn't take a lot for those to occur, but I think if there's anybody on the team, not that you wish it upon anybody, but if there's anybody on our team who I believe is going to do everything in his power to rehab the right way and get himself back healthy, it's Deontay. He's got tremendous work ethic. He'll have a great attitude about it, and he'll be back before we know it.
I don't know how many degrees there are or whatever of these kind of injuries, but I mean, is this can you characterize this?
I mean, it's a torn ACL. You know, I mean, I don't know all of those specifics. You know, to get to that detailed of it from a doctor's perspective, and I'm not going to try to act like I do. I know what it is. I know the rehab's generally 7 months to a year, roughly. Knowing him, knowing his body type and the way he's wired, that I would imagine it's going to be closer to 7 months than it is to 12 months, but we'll see how it goes.
How would you summarize what you saw of him while he was
I
there?
think he had as much of an impact on us changing our culture as anybody. I thought he came in with a great attitude. He's a tremendous human being, not only on the football field, but in the classroom, in study table sessions, off the field. So somebody's got a plan for him and for us, and he, if there's anybody that's going to bounce back, it's him. And he's got a long career still ahead of him, and it's not a career-ending thing or anything of that sort. He'll be back.
Did you guys know Saturday night? Did you have an idea?
Well, we knew there was some pain. We knew there was some looseness in his knee, but you never want to speculate on those things until you get the MRI, because some of us have naturally loose knees. So you don't know. You try to test them pre, and then it's hard to tell. So we kind of, in this business, I guess you kind of assume the worst and hope for the best, and so we assumed that that's what it was, but didn't want to say anything officially until we knew.
Do you know or have an idea of roughly where he was in the depth when he got hurt?
I mean, he's one of those three guys that was behind Chris, realistically. I mean, he, Jory, Jesse, we're all doing nice things and doing different things well. But the beauty of it for us, we're going to be okay. We've got a talented returning running back in Chris Polk. We've got two guys behind him that are very good football players, Jory Fogerson and Jesse Collier. And so, we're fortunate that it came at a position where we have some good depth, and we'll be fine, and Deontay will be fine.
And that's why you recruit a lot of running backs, right?
I think so. I mean, you look at the National Football League, it's the shortest lived life in the National Football League at any position once you become a starter. And it's for a lot of reasons. It's a tough position to play. But again, I think certain guys are wired a certain way to bounce back from these types of things. And he's very young still. So, I mean, we've seen what Will Schamberger looks like coming off of his. He looks fantastic. So you see when these guys are young, in good shape, the way their bodies are wired, that he's the type of guy, in my opinion, that's going to come back great.
What's the status on James Johnson?
Sprained ankle. And, those things, especially at the wideout spot, can linger a little bit because of all the cutting and different things and running routes. And, a decent swollenness last night. And so we'll assess him this afternoon, but I'd be surprised if he goes this afternoon. I think he's more likely we're looking at tomorrow afternoon for the scrimmage.
True, get his bell rung. I mean, he just needs another day to clear his head, or what's the deal with True?
No, again, we've set a plan for him to monitor him throughout this camp, and to get him to where he's really, really healthy. So, we're just seeing that. You're going to see a little bit of a rotation at all of our spots. You'll see it here with our wideouts coming up. This was actually a time for James to get kind of a rest time for him anyway, so he's getting it, and then that'll rotate through back into Curse, and then Aguilar, and then DeAndre and Jordan, and then back into him again. So it kind of worked out okay that way.
Was it the same thing with the ends today with Kalani and Everett? So Everett gets
Everett went this morning. Kalani will go this afternoon.
And with Chris Polk and Nate Williams, they kind of getting back into it now. You think
Yeah, I think they'll get going more. I thought they both looked good today. Nate really good, and Nate is just he's a different body type, different guys playing really fast football. Been impressed.
What did Everett looked like that was maybe the most work he's gotten though?
Yeah,
right,
it was.
So far?
It was. It was the most extensive work he's gotten, and we'll just continue to build. We're not going to be where you haven't worked, and then all of a sudden it's here's 40 plays a team. We're going to be smart about it and gradually build not only his strength in his Achilles, but his overall body strength.
What's your plan for tonight and then for tomorrow?
Tonight will be pretty typical, just normal practice for us. We'll be padded up, and then tomorrow we're going to have some real scrimmage settings in there again to see what guys look like. So it'll be more of a scrimmage atmosphere tomorrow night with working all of our special teams and things to get that stuff on film all in one practice. But tonight will be just a normal practice setting.
Steve, what did you see in the film during the team session on Saturday night?
We're playing too high. As a football team, when you're in short yardage and goal line situations, it's one of the keys to that is pad level, and our pad level was too high. But that somewhat is expected the first time you get down there, and we're not playing violent enough football at the line of scrimmage. We need to be more violent with our hands, shedding blocks, double teaming people on the line of scrimmage, and so it's been addressed, and we'll continue to work on it.
Was it alarming to see so many guys go down during that session, or was that kind of normal for a first time when they really start popping the pads?
That's normal. That's football. It's a violent sport, man.
you were mixing a couple guys.